think I'm gonna go with dangers that you have on the streets. So we all know that street riding is dangerous. Everybody will tell you that. Everybody will tell you about how somebody they know, or somebody with this, somebody with that, got hurt on a motorcycle. My question is two things. One, how were you riding on that motorcycle? And two, was it a true accident? Two very different questions. So if I'm sitting here riding like an asshole, weaving in and out of cars, and I get hit, that's one motherfucking thing. That happens to people, and probably shouldn't have been weaving in and out of cars. I mean, riding a motorcycle is basically defensive driving. You know what I mean? Anybody will tell you that. Checking your mirrors, looking where you're going, making sure that you have enough space. You know what I mean? That's all stuff that's really important when you get on a motorcycle. That was shit, getting way too cool. You think I'm an asshole. Fuck it, did happen. But, man, there's a big difference between ours being an idiot and true accidents. That weaving in and out of car bullshit, that'll definitely get you killed one day. That's why I try to make it a habit of not doing shit like that and popping wheelies and shit, you know, just out on the ground. You know, I mean, I'm still learning how to pop wheelies and shit anyway. I haven't all the way figured that out yet, but you know what, I will. But it's not something I'm gonna do on a public road, man. I see all these dudes out here, especially on super sports and sport bikes, like my baby here, and they pulling wheelies at 100 miles an hour on the highway. And every time I see that shit, I'm just like, man, you know, one wrong move, something bad happens on the streets, especially on a fucking highway, where it's a multi-lane highway and everybody going this way and that. If you do fall off that wheelie, your ass is probably gonna get hit by a car. I mean, that's some crazy shit, man. I like riding, and I ain't really ready to die yet. It's gonna be a while before I'm ready for that shit. You know, I'm young, I'm only 25, I ain't ready. I ain't ready to go back and tell the Lord, hello, how you doing? It was a nice one, thank you very much. So, I'm gonna abstain from that crazy riding bullshit. But, you know what, true accidents happen too, man. I done seen some true accidents that went on, and the shit was not cool at all, you know. Such as, you can't always handle, when you're on a motorcycle, somebody just pulling out in front of you. That's why every time I get to an intersection, something like that, I always, you know, get my horn a little honk. And I think that saved my ass, actually, once or twice, I'm not even gonna lie. I done seen times where drivers are just distracted and not really thinking about what's going on. I don't know if they texting or whatever the fuck they doing. And if you watch my first video where I said fuck you for texting and driving, I meant that shit. Because you can kill a motorcyclist or another driver. But yeah, true accidents that happen, you know, people not paying attention, especially in intersections. You know, you take the motorcycle class and they'll tell you straight up, intersections are the most dangerous places that there are. And fuck, it looks like that weather's getting dangerous too. Yeah. Glad I'm just out for a pleasure ride. But yeah, man, I tell you, those intersections, man, they can be a killer. Man, also just, you know, drivers just not paying attention, going too damn fast. You know, that shit actually almost happened to me. Actually going out on these country roads here in Denver. And, you know, guys wanting to take their high-powered sports cars and just ride up these straight roads that I'm about to cruise on, about 100 fucking miles an hour. And, you know, they don't look at your turn signals and none of that shit, man. And, you know, if I think people are too crazy, or if I get in too hot of traffic, you know, I'll use hand signals, not just turn signals, because hand signals can save your life. You out here on a little teeny motorcycle and people got these big ass cars and they can't see you for shit. They just ready to run your ass over. Like, it's just cool. Or they don't give a fuck. I personally don't like that shit. But, what you gonna do about it? Shit. Man, I'll tell you another danger of riding a motorcycle. Road conditions is another really, really big one. When you get on something like loose gravel or rocks or pebbles or some shit like that. And, man, I ain't for that, man. Let me tell you, that shit kinda scares me. It really does. Every time, even when I'm in big turns like this, I mean, this ain't exactly the canyon twisty. It's nice to rev the throttle on the turns over here. I ain't exactly on the canyon twisties, but even roads like this, man, you hit rocks or pebbles or some shit like that, and you gone. Like, it's just, that bike flies out from under you. I mean, I might cut in a diagram or something just to basically tell y'all how it works, but when you're in a turning situation, the reason that, the gravel in the turns is what kills you worse is because your traction ain't all devoted into, like you're sitting right here, your traction is just devoted to you going forward. Your tires hitting the ground and you going forward. When you get in the turn, you got that centrifugal force that's just kind of trying to pull you out anyway. So you got a motorcycle that's trying to pull out from under you, physically trying to make. So, let's see, intersections can get you killed, popping wheelies can get you killed, dangerous road conditions, I talked about the gravel. But looking at these clouds, it actually makes me think about the water too, to be honest with you. Water is not as bad as people think it is. I mean, it's bad because you hit hydroplaning and, of course, you're done. But just riding with good tires in the wet ain't too bad. I've unfortunately had to do it a couple times. If I'm honestly in any vehicle in the rain, I'd like for it to be my truck and not, on my motorcycle. But, every rider gets caught in the rain. And shit happens, man. You decide you're gonna go out, or a cloud just come out of nowhere. But those wet riding conditions aren't really as bad as people think they are. You'll see a lot of people, and they think their tires are just gonna give way as soon as water touches them. I mean, if it don't happen in the car, it's not gonna happen on the motorcycle. You got good rubber tires, you got good tires, and you're not riding on some fucking, tires and bald as Tupac's head, you'll be fine. It's not a competition on how much tire you can wear out and still keep riding. You know what I mean? Like, you need some fucking tread on your tires. I mean, that's what, you know what I mean? That's what it's for. But the tread's there to hold you down. But, yeah. But anyway, my little spiel on dangerous shit on a bike, I guess you could call it. I mean, dangerous conditions, dangerous people. I mean, if you take anything away from this vlog that I'm making right now, I would take away the fact that, road conditions are bad. You need to watch for them. And, people in them cages in them cars, they don't see you. Intersections are dangerous as fuck because a quick glimpse, people just are going to look at it and be like, you know what, that happened, but, I didn't really see that motorcycle, or, it's a quick glance and they don't give a fuck. And the last part I take away is, of course, keep fucking riding. You got to keep fucking riding. I mean, if you're not on a motorcycle, get a motorcycle, man. Because I'm probably going to say that at the end of every vlog, man. Keep fucking riding or start fucking riding, man. I love being on a motorcycle. But, yeah, that's the end of it. That's how I'm going to end talking y'all's ears off. Hope you enjoyed this one. Peace.